Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. FFFL Cup results. It's the game week 23 review. We're coming to you slightly later than normal on this Sunday. Busy weekend, including preparing for the third instalment of Chairman's Chats, which is coming this week. More on that later. So we may be a little bit later than normal, but we still have a packed episode in this week's edition of Banter in the Box. Your game week 23 winners and losers, 4 winners, all picking up a manager of the season point, and 4 losers, all losing a manager of the season point where they had them to lose. Update on Chairman's Chats, as I mentioned, it's coming very soon. Quote of the week. Last week, quote of the week I was hoping would ignite the banter, because it's been a bit quiet, a bit dull, and it worked brilliantly. I'll be reminding you about last week's quote of the week and then sharing this week's quote of the week, which is in direct response to last week's quote of the week. It's brilliant. I'll be sharing those FFFL Cup results. Last weekend was the second round of the Family Fantasy Football League Cup. Last week's Banter in the Box, I ran through my predictions for the second round ties. We'll be reviewing those results, see how many I got right and how many you got right at home. A manager of the season update. What is it worth? 6 manager of the season points now. It rolled over so often. Did anyone get those 6 manager of the season points? All will be revealed. And most exciting of all, the venue for the Family Fantasy Football League Presentation Awards has been confirmed. It's been a TBC up till now. We've known the date since the start of the season. It was in the rules. It's been on the last slide of all the Banter in the Box videos. The event is on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. You've all been invited, but we've always had a TBC against the venue. I'm now going to be confirming the venue for this season's Family Fantasy Football League Presentation Awards. So without further ado, the game week 23 winners take a bow. Legends 23 manager Keith Simons climbed 2 places up to 10th in the Family Fantasy Football League. You have to go back to game week 3, 20 weeks ago, for the last time Keith was as high as 10th in the Family Fantasy Football League. Take a bow also, Average Joe's manager Joe Hoxby climbed another place up to 13th. The last time Joe was as high as 13th in the Family Fantasy Football League. Well, it's over 18 months. 20th of May 2022. The last time Joe was as high as 13th. Take a bow also, Sash Hammers FC manager Wayne Robinson. He climbed another place this week up to the heady heights of 2nd in the table. You have to go back over 5 years. The 31st of August 2018, the last time Wayne Robinson was 2nd in the Family Fantasy Football League. And that's a 2nd week running that Wayne's been a game week winner. But the biggest game week 23 winner, and again 2nd week running for him as well, Ryan Perrin, Pez United manager, climbed 5 places, which made him the biggest climbers in game week 23, up to 11th. He achieved a 2nd weekly win with 55 points. And you have to go back to the 19th of August 2021, over 2 years, for the last time that Ryan was as high as 19th in the table, which is amazing. 1 manager of the season point to those 4. Now, conversely, your game week 23 losers, hide your head in shame. Greece Lightning manager Alexi Lagos dropped a place, down to 3rd. Doesn't sound that bad, but you have to go back to game week 4 for the last time Alexi was not in the top 2 in the Family Fantasy Football League. So that constitutes a bad week, Lex. Hide your head in shame also. No effing rude names for the 2nd week running. Nikki Lee fell another 2 places, down to 17th. The wheels have come off. She'll be lower than her husband soon. You have to go back to the 1st of June 2010 Nearly 14 years since Nicky Lee has been as low as 17th in the Family Fantasy Football League. Hide your head in shame, Ostrich Bar Stewards manager Steve Maloney fell a place back into the relegation zone down to 25th. The joint lowest scorers in game week 23 with just 5 points. Game week 18 was the last time Steve was in the relegation zone. But the biggest game week 23 losers, hide your head in shame, haven't got a clue. Maybe he hasn't. Joint lowest scorers in game week 23 with just 5 points. The biggest fallers down 5 places to 15th. And you have to go back to game week 3 for the last time James was as low as 15th in the table. Where they had them, which is everyone apart from James, one manager of the season point lost. Chairman's chats. We're going to do it. We haven't had as many questions as I would like, but we can't wait forever, so we're going to do it. We're going to do Chairman's chats. The third instalment of Chairman's chats is happening Monday evening, tomorrow night. I'm going to sit down with Greece Lightning manager Alexi Lagos and ask him the questions, the one question that you've all wanted to ask him but have been too afraid to. I've had about 5 managers from memory that have sent me a question in to pose to Alexi. What will happen is I will keep the questions anonymous. I won't tell Alexi who's asking them. I'll pose the question. Alexi will get a point for every person he identifies who's asking the question, every person he identifies correctly. And then I'll ask, before I reveal to Alexi who's asked the questions, I'll ask Alexi to choose his favourite question, and that manager will earn 5 manager of the season points. So you're running out of time, of less than just over 24 hours to get your one question that you want me to ask Alexi. To do that, you have to email me, subject heading, Chairman Chats, the one question that you want me to ask Alexi, and you could be earning 5 manager of the season points. That's going to happen tomorrow, Monday night. So don't leave it long if you want to get involved. Now, last week, you may recall that Wayne Robinson got the quote of the week, sending me this message. Look at that top 6. There's at least 5 legends up there, which this was the top 6 at the time. It still is, although since then Greece Lightning and Sashamas FC have changed positions. But it got me thinking, wow, at least 5 legends up there. Which one of those 6 managers was Wayne not considering to be a legend? I don't know why I was posed that question. I was just curious, really. It was perfectly innocent. Well, we got to bite, people. This week's quote of the week comes from none other than the league leaders. She's been top for about 8 weeks now. I've got a life manager, Mops Hoxby. She responded to that quote of the week with this message on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. So, Sasha is having a pop at me about not being a legend. I guess at least I can be bothered to attend the annual presentation awards. Where has he been for the last up-team meetings? Pity we don't still have that rule that if you don't attend twice in a row, you can't enter for the next year. Bloody idiot. Well, 2 things I love about that. One, you posted it on the FFFL Family Facebook group, which is exactly the right place to post your banter, except when it's aimed at Wayne, because Wayne isn't on Facebook. But don't worry, Mops. He'll still get to see your feelings because I've given you a manager of the season point for the quote of the week, and I know for a fact Wayne watches these Banter in the Box videos. So well done, Mops. You didn't let me down. Great quote from Mops Hoxby, 1 manager of the season point to her. FFFL Cup second round review. So last weekend was the second round of the Family Fantasy Football League Cup. Pez United came up against Chicken Tikka Mo Salah in his debut season. I predicted a Pez United win comfortably, and I got it right. Pez United marching into the quarterfinals 48-24. Average Joe's came up against Chairman's Choice. I predicted an Average Joe's win. Her form is on the up. Mine is on the down. I got it wrong. I won somehow, 31-27, which means I'll be facing in-form Pez United in the quarterfinals. The Creed Bratton Society, fourth in the table, came up against fifth place Arden Diamonds, the number one rated manager in the Family Fantasy Football League. The tie of the round, I thought the Creed Bratton Society would win comfortably. They made hard work of it, but did go through 38-32. Arden Diamonds out. And 11 clocks, and no effing rude names. My prediction was an 11 cocks victory. The wheels are falling off of no effing rude names. But somehow they scraped a draw. So they do it all again this weekend in a second round replay. No effing rude names and 11 cocks replaying this weekend. The winner will face the Creed Bratton Society in the quarterfinals. Tied around, possibly. Ontario Grizzlies, sixth in the league. We're playing top of the table. I've got a life. I thought this would be too close to call. I predicted a draw and a replay. How wrong I was. Ontario Grizzlies thrashing I've got a life. 50 points to 18. The treble dream is over for I've got a life. Sashamas FC came up against Shrimpers FC. I was predicting Sashamas FC to absolutely annihilate Shrimpers. Well, they made hard work of it, but did go through 38-27. Tie of the round in the quarterfinals, undoubtedly. Ontario Grizzlies against Sashamas FC. Those two both fighting for a league and cup double, along with the Creed Bratton Society, for that matter. No happy endings. The lowest ranked side in the competition came up against Juan Veron FC, who are flying high. But despite the fact that no happy endings are in the relegation zone, Juan Veron was seventh when this tie took place, I predicted a no happy ending shock victory. And I got it spot on. 31 points to 18. No happy endings, incredibly, through to the quarterfinals of the Cup. And who will they face? Well, it was either Clockhouse Rangers against Green Top Milk. I predicted a Green Top Milk victory. I got it right. Green Top Milk winning 22-15. So no happy endings. Play Green Top Milk. They've beaten Where's the K? Can they beat his mate James to book their place in the semi-finals? So, how many did I get right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 right out of 8. That's not bad. Those quarterfinal ties, well, obviously we've got this weekend. We've got the replay between No Effing Rude Names and 11 Cocks. And then those quarterfinal ties will take place during the first full fixture weekend in March. Who the fuck is that? Is a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager. It was worth 6 manager of the season points. Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch thought that was a picture of Juan Veron FC manager Luck. Where's the K? Williams. I can reveal that's an incorrect guess, Neil. However, the good news is, once again, you were the only manager to take part, so you get a manager of the season point just for taking part. The manager of the season table looks like this, top half anyway. Wayne Robinson and Ryan Perrin both jumped to joint 12th for being game week 23 winners. Neil Hatch jumps to joint 3rd simply for taking part in the Who the Fuck Is That, but he was the only manager that did. Mops Hoxby goes clear in 2nd place for being getting a quote of the week, and Joe Hoxby retains her 2-point lead at the top for being a game week 23 winner. So we're rolling it over. It's going to be worth 7 points. It's a current Family Fantasy Football League manager, and if you can tell me who it is, you will get 7 manager of the season points. And finally, Saturday the 8th of June, 3 p.m. is the date for the 2024 Family Fantasy Football League Presentation Awards. And we now have a venue. It's coming home. It's at FFL HQ. Yes, I finally convinced the wife to host it again. So that is the venue. The date is in your diary. Hopefully should be in your diary. The date was in the rules that were issued at the start of the year. There's also, the event is on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. It would be great to see as many of you there as possible. Lots of you have already confirmed your attendance, which is fantastic. 3 p.m. Saturday the 8th of June, the Family Fantasy Football League Presentation Awards. That's it for this week. Don't forget to send your one and only question you've always wanted to ask Grease Lightning manager Alexi Lagers to me. Email, subject heading, Chairman's Chats, need it by tomorrow lunchtime, because tomorrow evening I will be sitting down doing the Chairman's Chats with Alexi. Until next week, guys, take care. Bye-bye.